Lakers Nation, what is going on, guys? So it's Mr. 81 here back with a new video. If you guys know who I am, my real name is Sheriff Fields, and today's day 6 of free agency. So, man, oh man, we have a bunch of Lakers news to cover, and don't worry, guys, I'm going to break it down in just a second. But before I get into the video, guys, I really appreciate if you could do me a favor. Make sure you guys like each of my, videos I'm asking, politely really helps the algorithm, the audience, so my channel can grow to get it to more people. Just make sure you guys keep respectful in the comment section. Whether if you guys agree with my take or disagree, like everybody has their own personal opinion. Share with your loved ones, your friends, your family, to whoever you want. But I'm going to try to respond to all your comments, if not some of them, depending how today's video does go. But make sure you guys subscribe as well. We're on the road to 4K subs. I can't do it without you guys' support. I do post daily, if not, almost every single day, I would say. 365 days, so make sure you guys turn on the notification bell and follow my socials. The links will be down in the description if you guys really want to talk Lakers basketball. But let's get back into today's video and dive into this report according to Michael Scotto of Hoop Site Bright. So this is involving free agent guard named Ryan Rollins. He did play for the Milwaukee Bucks this past season. Like, he's very intriguing, and I wouldn't mind him on the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Lakers are trying to, build for the future. Like, they're trying to get younger. They want youth athleticism next to Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. So they're trying to do like a soft rebuild and contend at the same time. But I've been saying for this a while, like, you have to pick a direction. Like, you can't be in the middle of nowhere, right? So the Lakers are really in a weird, position and spot. But Ryan Rollins, he's really, drawing interest from teams like the Milwaukee Bucks. Obviously, you got the Phoenix Suns, the San Antonio Spurs, the Portland Trailblazers, and obviously my Los Angeles Lakers. But despite withdrawing a qualifying offer to Rollins, which did, pretty much reduce his cap hold to gain more cap space flexibility within the Milwaukee Bucks organization, they pretty much still have his, early bird rights to resign him, like retain him on their team. Elsewhere, you got the Trailblazers, which they have the full non-taxpayer mid-level exception available, while the San Antonio Spurs and my Los Angeles Lakers, they have at least, I believe, the $5.2 million biennial exception available. But the Phoenix Suns, meanwhile, they have the veterans minimum contract at their disposal. If Phoenix does agree to buy out, Bradley Beal, like they say, and replace him, for example, then Ryan Rollins can, generate some, interest, and this would, generate more financial flexibility for the Phoenix Suns team. So let's get into his game and just break it down. So Ryan Rollins, he just turned, 24, I believe, 2 days ago on June 3rd. So he's born in 2002. He's listed at 6'3", weighs about 181 pounds. He has like a 6'10" wingspan, but he's not really a sizable wing, which he could be a concern. He is, a little bit undersized, right, as a guard, but he definitely has very quick hands and feet, has good defensive instincts, like, has very good upside. He's very good at reading the defense on the pass lanes. He can get steals. He's a pretty good passer. Like, he could create his own offense, mismatches, and create plays for others. But he could pretty much be the swingman, can make the occasional play, grab a couple boards here and there. I would say he's a very good catch-and-shoot shooter. He could really operate in the mid-range, get to his spots. His best skill set, I would say, is being very aggressive, driving to the rim and finishing at the basket. But he can just, pull up from three, penetrate, and just shoot over the top, self-create. And he's a 3-level scorer, so he's like your prototypical 3D guard, I would say. But he's been able to show plenty of, upside growth and potential. Maybe the Lakers can, develop him. But he's very versatile. Like, he's athletic as hell. He's relentless. Like, he makes perfect sense for what the Lakers team needs. But he's pretty much a, bucket getter, I would say. He's very crafty. Like, he's very smooth. But combined with, teams he's played for, obviously the Golden State Warriors back in 2022-23, I believe, right? And then you got the Washington Wizards and the Milwaukee Bucks. So for his career, like, combined, he's averaged around 5.1 points per game and shot 48.1% from the field, 1.6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.3 blocks, 0.7 steals, and shot around 41.4% from three for his career on 1.6 attempts, and shot 81% from the foul line on 0.8 attempts, 81 games played, 19 starts, and playing around 11.9 minutes a night. Now, back in the 2024-25, regular season with the Milwaukee Bucks, he came off, his best season of his career. He averaged around 6.2 points per game, Shot 48.7% from the field, 2 rebounds, dished out like 2 assists, 0.3 blocks, 0.8 steals, and shot 40.8% from the 3-point line, which is actually incredible. 2.1 attempts and shot 80% from the foul line on 0.8 attempts. So he's not like this, great rebounder. Like I said, he's undersized and he doesn't really get to the foul line a lot. But he did, play 56 games, 19 starts, playing around 14.6 minutes a night. So, like, the last 4 seasons, I would say, really hasn't, started. So, majority he's been coming off the bench. So, pretty much he could play that, 6-man role, like the Williams type of role. He can be kind of your TJ McConnell type of guy. Like, he can operate and just, get to a spot, shoot the mid-range. And he likes to get in that, line, right? But when you look at the Lakers and what they're trying to do, they're trying to fill out the roster and get some, 3-and-D, guards and some wing depth, right? So if they do miss out on, DeAnthony Melton, maybe they could just pivot towards, Ryan Rollins. Like, what's his role? But you're looking at the Lakers starting lineup, right? You got Luka Doncic, you got Austin Reeves, you got LeBron James, you got Rui Hachimura, and then you got DeAndre Ayton, who you just signed off the bat, right? So do the Lakers really, need him? I mean, you got the second unit. You got Gabe Vincent. You're probably looking to trade him anyways. He's expiring. I'm pretty sure he has like 1 more year left on his deal until 2026. So maybe he could be your, Gabe Vincent replacement. You got Shake Milton. He's on a non-guaranteed deal. So pretty much you could just waive him and just open up a roster spot. You got Bronny James. He's expected to start at least 15 minutes a night. At least get some minutes in rotation. But majority is probably going to come off the bench. You got Dalton Knecht. Maybe they're going to package him and maybe a pick, or if not a pick, and some, other assets to get a center or some wing depth. But you got Jordan Goodwin. He's on a non-guaranteed, contract, so pretty much you could just leave him, just open up a roster spot like, Shake Milton. So you just signed Jake Relavia. He's a free agent from, the Sacramento Kings. He's listed as a small forward and a power forward, so he's like 23, 24 years of age, and pretty much, Austin Reeves did recruit him, and he was in his, camp, just working out and stuff like that. So he signed for a 2-year deal worth about $12 million, and his average annual salary is worth about $6 million. So that's very cheap. Like, the Lakers want to sign guys for at least 1, if not 2 years, because they're really trying to, free up some cap space to like 2026, 27 NBA season and get like a max level player, like a star alongside Luka Doncic. But, you see the East is getting wide open. You got Jason Tatum. You obviously got Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, so they're going to miss all next season. But obviously the Lakers have to make moves to improve this roster around the margins, some wing depth. They need a bench, so they're going to have to get through the West in order to make it to the NBA Finals and just, face whoever makes it out of the East. You get what I'm trying to say? But I don't think the Lakers should just, pack it in and waste these few seasons with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Like, why waste another season when you shouldn't just have the mindset to go in, because you don't know when you have another chance or at least an opportunity to at least compete at a high level. I know the Lakers got eliminated, 2 straight seasons, one to the Denver Nuggets in the first round of 5 games. Obviously, they made it to the Western Conference the year before that, but they got swept in 4 games. And then this past season, they got eliminated in the first round against Minnesota Timberwolves in, 5 games. So they just got out-rebounded. Like, it was a mismatch. Julius Randle, Naz Reid. Obviously, you got Rudy Gobert. He did struggle throughout the series, but he had the time of his life. Game 5, he had like 27 points, 24 rebounds, which is actually ridiculous. Like, he's probably never going to do that in his life again. And he shot around like 81% from the field. So if he had like a DeAndre Ayton, or at least a better, backup center, for example, like Al Horford, and he had Jackson Hayes, your third-string center, maybe the Lakers will be better in the rebounding department. But Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves are still getting cooked because of their defense. Like, they lack it. They're just cones out there. And by the way, you're relying on a guy who's, 40, about to turn year 22, year 23 into this upcoming season. So it's like the most athletic player. He's going to get worn out, of course, of the 82-game season. And then, mind you, got the playoffs, and then you got Rui Hachimura. He's completely, dead weight. Like, he's completely a stone. You know what I'm trying to say? It feels like at times he's stuck in mid. But that's just how I feel about it. And then you got Jared Vanderbilt. You got rookie Adil Theo. And then you got Jackson Hayes and just Maxi Kleber. So maybe you're packaging Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, because Maxi Kleber's 33 years of age. He's on an expiring contract. He's making around $11 million. But when you look at the Lakers roster, right, it's just not that great. Like, it's not very deep at all. And you need depth to at least, if not, have a chance to compete for a championship at a high level or make it in the Western Conference, standings or finals. You get what I'm trying to say? But the Lakers roster really contains 15 players, and they're going to have to leave and cut some guys if they're going to want to make some room to, bring in and sign Rollins from the Milwaukee Bucks. But he's quite, literally who you want from JHS, Gianho Ficino, who you drafted a couple years ago, 2023, pick 17, but that just didn't, really work out. So who the Lakers really thought they were getting in Gianho Ficino, then they're getting with Ryan Rollins. So he has two-way potential. Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Ryan Rollins? Would you guys welcome him with open arms on your team? He can either, play on ball or off the ball. So he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Like I said, he's a bucket getter, and he could play both sides of the ball. But he can either start or come off the bench. But is he really going to get that much playing time or opportunity, especially when you got Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves? Because it's going to depend on field goal attempts and, how many you're getting. But he's very efficient. He can shoot the three with, consistency. But, yeah, man, make sure you guys follow my socials, and the links will be down in the description, and I'm out of here. Peace. Cheers.